Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Geektopia Island. We're here with the new Kevin's Kreations today, and I'm your host Kevin.
And I'm William.
And we got a fun little brew today with Lumia, the red-white ruler.
Everyone probably already knows about this lady right here.
She's super good. If you paid attention to the last GP or the first GP of 2018, you saw that Lumia took down the whole thing. It's not your traditional Lumia deck though, so we're not doing the whole Mosasaur thing. We're using a different color. We're changing blue for red.
Yep.
So.
And there's a lot of spicy red cards.
Yeah. We'll delve right into it and let y'all see what's going on.
And what about the first red card that goes with her?
All right. Well, let's get Lumia out of the way first.
Yeah.
She's the girl we need to deal with. So she's got Judgement for 3, white, red, and 1, and Energize over white and a red. So you get either one of the colors.
Yeah.
And then her front side at the end of turn, you may blink a dude if it's tapped. So what that means is at the end of turn, if you have a rested resonator, if you control one, you take it out of the game and bring it back into play. That ability in and of itself, amazing.
Yes.
Because it allows for so many shenanigans. And I mean, that's what Lumia is there for, shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's good at it.
As you can see with the deck, enter the play abilities, and plus also your dude, it comes back untapped, correct?
Yes.
Unrested. So therefore you can block after you swing. So
yeah, so it makes it so strong in so many ways. Like, a lot of times Lumia is not even flipped. Like, yeah. I mean, it's just her ability is that good. But if you do get to Judgment her, she does come with a whole bunch of good package on her.
Oh yeah.
So she's already at 10/10 swiftness. Already good. And then if you have a Nyarlathotep in your hand, you can remove it, and she gains Imperishable and Lifelink. And for those that don't know, I mean, it's not lifelink technically, but if it deals damage, you gain life.
Yeah, which is really good for a 10/10.
It doesn't have that keyword, but that's pretty much what it is. And when she attacks, you can remove a resonator from the game and bring it back into play rested. And that is any resonator. So you can target yours or you can target your opponent's if you need. So you're like, swing, get your blocker out of my way.
Exactly.
Thanks. She makes for so many good shenanigans on the backside, and if you have a Nyarlathotep, you gain life, so you're in the safe zone. Yeah,
I've always liked blink abilities to get, especially because you know you're gonna have cool, fun creatures with it to destroy their board with it. This is the deck for you. Oh yeah, definitely. All right, well the first dude we got with Lumia is Nyarlathotep herself, the little cat. So it is a 2-drop, 7/7 with limit 1. Limit is on any of the Cthulhu creatures, resonators, yes.
And it's pretty much when it attacks or blocks, you remove a limit counter from it.
All right.
And at the end of turn, that creature bounces to your hand if it has no limit counters on it.
Now, with that, because it bounces back and forth, it has also awakening skills. What are those guys?
So the White Awakening, it comes into play, and if you do the White Awakening, you get to remove a creature from the game, as long as the Nyarlathotep stays in play.
Yeah.
And then the red one, she's got Awakening Red for 1 red, and that is you get to play a 3-drop or less red fire chant from your hand for free. Which, I mean, that's not really a big deal, but it's there.
But I mean, if you pay the 3, then the 7/7 for 3, not too bad, and then you get to play a free spell. So
yeah, I mean, it's worth it in that.
Worth it. Yeah.
And since they are on different lions, you can technically play an Awakening White and an Awakening Red and do both abilities.
For 4, which is pretty nice.
So you pay 4 mana, get a 7/7, remove a dude, and play a free spell.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Seems pretty hot.
And if anything, you just drop a 7/7 on turn 2.
Yeah.
Because you know she's going to be bounced to your hand for Lumia later, so...
Yeah, I mean, you get it back later, and then you can remove it for her.
Yeah.
But we got her over with. We'll move into the actual, meat and potatoes of the deck.
Alright, and the first little guy, just to help us out for the later drops, is a Sacred Elf. 1-drop, 2/3, and produces a green mana.
Yeah, it's just a mana ramp.
Yep.
I mean, y'all seen them. You've seen the Sacred Elf. She's everywhere.
Yeah.
Every Fair deck runs them. Any Elf deck runs them. They're just good mana ramps.
Alright, and this other one, another mana ramp, is Melfee, correct?
Yeah.
2-drop, quick cast as well. 3/6, and she produces any color.
Yeah.
Now she has other spells, or other abilities when she comes in. Do we really need this, though? Okay.
I mean, it's helpful if you need it, if you need to get to that, but it comes into play, and it's got Torrent. So if you play 2 spells this turn, then it triggers it. And what it does is it targets a creature, and that creature's damage is prevented.
Even a J resonator as well. So
yeah,
if they swing with their big thing, then prevent all the damage right there.
Yeah. So you can it's kind of a blowout if you have it, because you're just like, oh, you're counting on your dude to kill my dude? No, your dude doesn't deal damage.
Yeah,
thanks.
It's pretty cute.
Alright, well, the pivotal piece of the deck, like the big cornerstone girl, is Frayla from the new set. She's so good in this deck, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the reason why we're mainly running red instead of blue here.
Yeah.
She's a 2-drop, 6/6. She's the only resonator on the field at that time. She gained swiftness, so that's pretty cute. Now, it's her other special ability. Yeah. And because of Lumia here, could you tell us the rules on that?
Yeah, so her ability is when she attacks, you may give another resonator +4/+0 in swiftness.
Yeah.
At the end of that turn, if you gave it that ability, you banish it. But since the way that you can trigger things, if you control both the effects, you can choose how they work.
Yeah.
So you give something +4/+0 in haste, and it can attack. So you swing with it, it is tapped. Once it's tapped, you can then trigger it with Lumia to bounce it out instead. So once it bounces out with Lumia's ability, it comes back. It is considered a new creature or a new resonator, so it will not be banished. Yep. So you don't have to trigger that ability.
Frayla's limit just goes away, and then you're like, oh, that's amazing.
So the part that kills the creature doesn't trigger. So you just get a free +4/+0 in haste, which is pretty awesome.
Of course, we'll run the max 4 here in the deck.
Oh yeah, she's so strong in the deck, and you'll see why as soon as we get to some of the little combo dudes that go with her.
Oh yeah.
Alright, the next girl we got is Fiethsing, the 2-drop resonator. She's 2-drop 6/6 with quick cast. Main reason we use her in the deck is for her come into play ability.
Okay.
When she comes into play, you can bounce a creature you control to its owner's hand. Or you can use it for the inheritance, which is the same cost, which is a green and 1, and you can discard it from your hand to give target dude +6/+6 until the end of turn. And you get to go search for Fiethsing's monocle, but
we do not have that.
We don't have that in here because it's not really needed. It's not the purpose of her.
Yeah. So inheritance maybe for the win, maybe, but other than that, we're gonna be casting out quick cast.
Yeah.
Like and say, multiple dudes have multiple enter the play abilities, so just not on Lumia, you could cast her.
Yeah, I mean you can do it that way too, and if you even really needed to, you could blink out a Fiethsing to bounce a dude you wanted back to your hand. So that's just there's so many ways you can use it.
Alright, the next creature we have is Ra, the Golden Bird. Now, I picked this guy up in draft once, and he was extremely fun to play around and mess with people.
He's super good.
Yeah. He costs 2 white, he's a 2/8 flyer, and the best thing about him, to go with Lumia, when he enters the field, whatever spell or ability that targets one person, you can change to him. And the best thing about him is when any spell or ability that's changed to him, you draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
So... And there is a third ability. Basically, you pay 2 white and change any spell or ability to him. Then you draw a card on for 2 white, which is super pretty cute.
Yeah, Ra is super good in so many levels because he protects all of the big dudes that you need or protects the little dudes you need, however you want to do it. But it's free card advantage for you and it's protection.
Yeah. So, I forgot to mention he does have quick cast, so that's why it makes him so beautiful. And... a kill spell, cool. You pay 2 mana to prevent a kill spell on one of your other dudes, and you draw a card, so it's a free cantrip. And if it's just a burn spell or whatever, then he survives, done. Then you can control the board throughout the whole game with him.
Yeah, and the more he stays in play, the better off you are, because, like, even if it doesn't, once they've seen a Ra, they have to play around Ra for the rest of the game.
Constantly.
Even if you've already killed it, if they figured out a way to kill it, you're probably going to run more than one Ra, so they have to realize that you're playing Ra and you have to play around it. Dude is just good for his value.
He's very good. He does fundamentally what I love in card games is protect your dudes. Mm-hmm. And if I could do that and draw a card at the same time, it makes me happy.
Oh, yeah. Alright, and the next bird we're going to move into is the Fiery Bird of Reincarnation. It is a 8/7 for 3 mana, and it's got flying.
Which is pretty good. Good stats base.
Good stat base, and then what its ability is when it leaves the field for a non-field zone, you reveal the top cards of your deck until you get a resonator. Once you hit a resonator, it goes into your hand, and then the rest go in the bottom in a random order.
And if you notice, most of this deck is just creatures.
Yeah, so you're gonna get a resonator, and you're gonna get one pretty soon, usually.
Yeah.
And it's good because it siphons your deck really quickly. So you don't know what you're gonna get, but you're gonna get a creature to help you out.
Yeah.
And it gets to trigger almost every turn.
And almost 1/3 of your creatures have quick cast, so no matter what, you're gonna be able to play it. And with the combination of Frayla, it's super silly just turn 3.
Yeah.
Because with her, you swing, give that swiftness, and it gets +4/+0, so you're swinging for 12 flying in the air. Bounce it, go search for a dude.
Yeah, you bounce it, go search for a dude, and then even if it dies again after that, you're just like, cool, I get another dude, because it still leaves for a non-field zone.
Exactly.
And then if you blink it out, it comes back, you do that. At the end of turn, you can Fiethsing it back to your hand and go get another creature.
Yeah.
It fills your hand back up so much so that it gives you so much card advantage as its main purpose.
Exactly.
The next girl we got is Ultimate Swordsmaster Faria.
She's awesome.
She's one of the really good 4-drops of the deck just to save your life a little bit.
Yeah.
She's a 9/9 for 4. She's the Will of Hope, but that doesn't really matter in this deck. Her first thing is prevent the first damage that would be dealt to this card each turn, and then she also prevents the first damage that would be dealt to you this turn. She's so good.
You get to pick your blocks very wisely.
Yeah, you can throw dudes. You can throw little dudes in front if you need to, because you're like, cool, great, awesome.
Yeah.
And it protects you from all the little aggro decks and all the burn decks so much, because she's a pain to deal with if they don't have just straight creature removal. Then you have to figure out a way to deal around her.
Yeah, pretty much.
The next one is probably one of my favorite cards from the new set. I love cards like this because they're big, goofy creatures and I love them.
Very janky.
Yeah.
But very nice in this combo.
So it is Environmental Researcher Fabre. She's 5 mana, which is a bit steep, but it's a 4/4 flyer.
Very steep for 5.
Yeah. But when it comes into play, you get a 10/10 flyer as well. It's the little dragon girl riding another dragon, so you get 2 dragons for 5 mana.
Yeah, 14 power altogether for 5 mana.
14 flying power, so it's already, and she's got flying herself, so both of them are just flying, and you just, cool, all day.
And of course, also remember Frayla every time.
Yeah.
She comes to play, swing for 6 flying in the air, bouncer. Oh, you get another 10/10.
So on turn 5, when you drop Fabre,
and even turn 4 with our mana ramps.
Yeah, if you do it earlier or whatever, you're just like, cool, swing with Frayla, give +4/+0 and haste to the little dude. You already have so much power on play, or you can give it to the 10/10, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. Yeah. But you just have so much power and aggression, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And then if you swing with Fabre, you bounce out Fabre and bring her back with Lumia's ability, and you get another 10/10 flyer.
Yeah.
Seems good to me.
Seems pretty awesome.
So I mean, it's a 4/4, but with Frayla, you make it an 8/4 and get an extra 10/10.
Yeah.
All day.
Sounds like a good trade. I like that.
I'm all for 5 mana, 14 damage. It's just my kind of card. It's big. It's a big goofy creature, and I love it.
And flying, all flying. Yeah. Just going all in.
With that is all the resonators of the deck.
Yep.
We'll move into the little spells to help out the deck, but it's nothing really.
They really just help you have the edge to go around here. Of course, we're playing green, so we have Otherworld Dreams, good old counterspell.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of the best counter spells right now in the game, and I mean y'all have seen it. You've seen it played. It's 1 mana quick cast, counter target spell, and they get to play a spell that's equal to or less than that cost.
Yeah,
and it overrides timestamps, so like you can play a 2-drop resonator in response in that place. So like if you counter a 2 spell, they get to play a 2-drop resonator. It's so good in so many ways, just because. Let's say you don't have a dude turn 1. You're like, cool. Oh, you're playing your own Sacred Elf? No, you don't get a Sacred Elf.
Yeah.
Because most people are not going to have a hand of 2 1-drops, you know what I mean? Or
exactly. Or if they try to kill your dude, you prevent that from happening, and they put out a dude which you can handle with all your other creatures. So
it's just got so much value in what it can do.
Yeah.
So it's good offense and defensively, really.
Yeah. And if they play another kill spell with it, then you're trading 2 for 1 anyway, so you're not... It's okay.
All right, Cardwell, I'll let you go to the next card.
Yeah. Remember I talked about protecting your creatures? Magic Suites. Super love this card as well. 1 white, quick cast. Target J Resonator. Helps with Lumia as well if she swings. You control and gains +2/+2 and Barrier until end of turn. And I love Barrier. It protects your dudes from all spells and abilities.
And the final card of the deck is Crimson Ray. And it's 2 mana, red and a white, quick cast. Deal 6 to target J Resonator or player. Gain 6 life.
Yep. Very good.
All day, every day, if you're playing red-white. That card is amazing in every shape of the way. Like, I mean, it kills everything.
It's just extremely good. And with our other creature here, if you play the Red Awakening, you get to play it for free.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You get a free 6 damage. Whoop, whoop. Take 6. It's really good just in itself, and yeah. That's really the main deck as far as that goes. And it's
small spells to help protect your dudes while your dudes are doing everything else you want.
Yeah.
So that's why no chance that we need really much.
With that, we'll move into the sideboard to see what we got for other little decks.
Oh yeah.
First off, we got the 2 Heavenly Gust, just to protect you against additions and regalias and whatnot. But it's there to just kill those. That's it. It's only purpose.
Because isn't the Light Crest showing up a lot?
Yeah, the crests are starting to show up a lot more. There's some other ones that can be a little bit tricky. Neo Barriers, Shadows can be one.
Yeah.
So forth, so on. We also got Lumia's Judgement. It's one of my favorite cards just because of what it does. It's a red, white, and X. Remove X. Non-J ruler, non-Magic Stone cards, X or less from the game. Get rid of everything. So if I'm losing the game, you're just like, nah, get rid of all these things. So it removes resonators, it removes additions, it removes everything you need that
permanently, correct?
Yeah, it just gets rid of them.
That's pretty strong for an X spell.
Yeah, for an X spell, it's super, super good. We got True Blade of the Spirits. This card was seen everywhere at the GP in Atlanta, and it's mostly there to fight off the little aggro decks and to fight off Fabre. It's 1 green quick cast with Remnant. It's a spirit magic, and this card deals 500 damage to target resonator with total cost 2 or less. So, I mean, you kill all the little mana dorks you need, except Melfee. I mean, you kill Sacred Elves all day. You kill all the little token elves they make all day, every day.
Yeah.
Card is really good, and it's got quick cast. Seems super strong.
Pretty good.
The next one we got is Zero Circle of Protection. Everyone loves Circle of Protections, because, I mean, who doesn't like to have free barrier?
Yeah, exactly.
It comes into play, you choose a color, attribute, J resonators you control, gain barrier of that color.
Yep, that's
all day.
Very good.
I mean, so if you're playing against black, you're just like, no. All your kill spells, they're not going to target my dudes.
Exactly.
Thanks. We got Frigg for the control matchups. So if it's going to be a long grinding match, you get a Frigg back. Because, I mean, you get a creature, a resonator, and a chant from your graveyard to your hand. So you can get a counterspell back, you can get a creature back in this deck. And if your Zero Circle Protection's dead, you can get it back as well. And it blinks, so you're automatically able to get 2 more dudes for free.
That's pretty good.
The next 2, they're a little crazier on what they do. Kame, Demon of the Vice, is a 4-drop. She is a 10/10. She's there for the aggro matchup, really. When she comes into play, recover target resonator with total cost 2 or less your opponent controls. Gain control of it until the end of turn. It gains swiftness. Whenever resonator you control attacks, this card deals 200 damage to your opponent, and you can pay a red, banish a dude. This creature gains swiftness until the end of turn.
Wow, that's a lot.
So with Kame, you're like, cool, bounce Kame at the end of turn. So your turn ends. You end up stealing their dude, and you can sacrifice the creature to give him swiftness just because.
Why not?
Because I don't want you to have your dude back. Thanks. Because it will go back to them at the turn, so you got to remember that. But you just sacrifice it and don't care. Great. Thanks.
And you just keep doing that every turn.
Yep. And the final guy in the board we got is the Bahamut, the Dragonoid. It is a 4-mana 10/10.
Yeah.
Well, it can be a 10/10. It's 4-mana 5/5. And it's a Dragonoid. When it comes into play, you choose one. You either put 5/1/1 counters on him, or you deal 10 damage to target whatever.
Yeah.
Target J Resonator. So, and if it gains flying, as long as you have 10 or 5/1/1 counters on it that are put on it by this card. So, as long as he puts his counters on himself, he's a 10/10 flyer.
Yeah, you just have another flyer going for it.
And like the cutest thing with him is that I've seen you can do with this deck is you play him, you swing with Frayla. So you play him and you give him 5 counters, making him a 10/10 flyer.
Yep.
Swing with Frayla, giving him +4/+0 in haste. So then you swing with him, so you're swinging 14 flying. And then at the end of the turn, you blink and you shoot their dude for 10.
Yep.
All day.
So many options.
The value is ridiculous with Bahamut. Like, he's one of the best sideboard cards because he's your way to deal with J Resonators, or Js in general. Because that's the biggest issue right now in Standard and New Frontiers is that Js are a thing to deal with. Oh, yeah. And they're super hard.
And most of them are usually 10 life or below.
Yeah.
So that will definitely help.
I mean, he helps a whole lot in what he can do. And then with that, with the stones, they're very, very simple.
Yeah.
It is 4 of the magic stone of the blasting waves, the red-green dual land. We have 4 magic stone of the gusting skies, which is the white-green dual land. And then 2 awakened magic stones of the earth, which is the Lumia stone. It comes in tapped if you don't play Lumia, or you can pay 3 life. And then when you Judgement a light ruler, recover this card. And it adds red and a white.
Nice.
So, I mean, if you Judgement with that and with those in play, then she Judgments for 1, which seems really good to me.
Yeah.
It's super simple deck for what it does. It's
just remember your triggers.
Yeah, much. It's just got a whole bunch of different triggers that you can do.
Yeah.
And like the big 2 cards of the deck is Frayla and Fiery Bird, because Fiery Bird just keeps all the gas in your hand as you keep going.
Exactly.
But with that, I hope y'all enjoyed the deck today.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for joining us at Geektopia Island and New Kevin's Kreations. I'm your host, Kevin.
I'm William.
And if you have any new comments or want to know about any other decks, do you have any deck ideas, let us know down below.
And of course, the deck list will be below the video as well. Hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island.
Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and keep up to date with our future content.
And please join us on our social media and check us out on Twitch.